welcome to Vacation Station, hosted by Lisa and Nancy, editors of BigBlendMagazines.com.
Well, welcome to Big Blend Radio's Vacation Station Travel Show with Nancy Reed and Lisa Smith, the Big Blend mother-daughter travel team and publishers of Big Blend Radio and TV Magazine and Parks and Travel Magazine. You can see them both. Just go to BigBlendMagazines.com. Today's show is all about historic Natchitoches, Louisiana. I'm going to spell that. It's Natchitoches.
Well done.
But it's pronounced Natchitoches. A lot of us want to say Natchitoches. I can't even say Natchitoches properly anymore. I've been moved into the world of Natchitoches. Anyway, it is the original French colony and the oldest city in Louisiana, and it's a destination that Nancy and I discovered a few years back on our Love Your Parks tour. We went to Cane River Creole National Historical Park, the Cane River National Heritage Area, and all kinds of historic sites and beautiful rivers to explore. It was just an awesome, awesome destination, and we're so excited because this summer we are going back for all kinds of events and new experiences. And to make us even more excited, we have one of our favorite people on the show today, Arlene Gould. She's the executive director of the Natchitoches CVB, and you can go to their website to find out everything about Natchitoches. It's Natchitoches.com, so it's Natchitoches.com. Hey, Arlene. I said, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, good to have you back on. You know, this is funny because, a while ago I know we were going to come out in spring this year, and now we're on the road back, full time again, and we're going to do the Hola to Hey Y'all and the Hi Y'all tour, and now we're actually going to do it because we're going to go from Arizona through Texas to see you. We may stop in Little Rock, Arkansas because it's so close to you, and then we're going to go to Springfield and Central Kentucky and Tennessee. So it's truly, we are doing the Hola to Hey Y'all tour. It's exciting.
And we're excited to welcome you back to Natchitoches. It's been long overdue.
It has been.
It
has been. And, all these interviews we've done over the years have just made us, really, itchy-footed to get back over there and have some fun because it is fun. Now, Natchitoches, you really are pretty central when I think about it because when we come out, we're talking about how close you are to Little Rock. You're close to Dallas, right, as well?
Mm-hmm.
And even Nashville's not that far from you.
That is correct. I've actually driven to Nashville and Memphis from Natchitoches. It's doable, that's for sure. We are about 75 miles south of Shreveport, Louisiana, which is located, of course, Shreveport's on Interstate 20. Natchitoches is located off of Interstate 49, about 75 miles south of Shreveport. But back in the day, Natchitoches was, the road, all roads led to Natchitoches. But if you put Natchitoches in the center of a hub and spoke, you have, Dallas is 4 hours to the west. Little Rock, Arkansas is 4 hours to the north. You've got to the east 4 hours, Jackson, Mississippi. And then to the southeast, 4 hours to New Orleans. To the southwest, 4 hours to Houston. So we're right smack in the middle of everything.
I love that. And then,
like a clock.
Yeah, and you're also, you're part of the El Camino Real de los Tejas Trail. Did I get that right this time?
El Camino Real de los Tejas. You got it. Yeah, because back in the day, that was the road all the way to Mexico City. And today it's over 2,500 mile long trail or something like, I want to say over 2,000 miles. But, wow. we are part of the El Camino Real. As a matter of fact, we're the eastern edge of the El Camino Real.
Course, you're the final stopping if someone's coming from Mexico, right? You are like the
pretty much
final.
Pretty
and
much.
You go through Nacogdoches to get to Natchitoches, and then you're
That's
also
correct.
part of the Cane River National Heritage Area, but also part of No Man's Land, and that's something that's being celebrated for 3 years. This is so cool. You guys know how to celebrate.
Well, we just kicked our No Man's Land celebration off in February. It's our bicentennial. 200 years ago, No Man's Land, which was considered a neutral strip. It didn't belong to anybody, the French or the Spanish. And so a treaty was signed in 1819 for it to become part of Louisiana, but it didn't get ratified until 1821. So we figured from 2019 to 2021 would be a good 3-year celebration. You know us, we're always looking for an excuse to celebrate something.
I know.
Well, that's a good one.
You go to Natchitoches, it's all about having a good party, that's for sure. And you guys have some good food. You got meat pies.
Mm-hmm.
We always have to bring that up, and I almost started drooling right then when I said that, because you got some good food, meat pies and daiquiris. We're going to have to do the daiquiri thing. We haven't done that yet. But the meat pie thing, this is really something for Natchitoches. Like New Orleans has beignets, you have meat pies, and I know in the fall. Oh, I was looking on your website, September 20th through 21st, you have your meat pie festival, too. So you have to celebrate the pie.
That's correct. Yes, that is correct. The Natchitoches meat pie was actually designated by the state legislature as an official state food. So the Natchitoches meat pie is legislated as an official food item for the state of Louisiana. It's the real thing.
We haven't had any for a long time.
Are you going to have a meat pie eating contest we could join?
We always have the meat pie eating contest at the festival. Cool. So that does exist.
Cool. Wow. We'll have to go see Lazion's when we come back. Did I say that correctly this time? I'm learning.
You did, Lazion's. That's right. That's the famous meat pie kitchen. That's correct.
Mm. One thing I heard about is that you are actually. Now, we know Steel Magnolias is celebrating its 30th anniversary and was actually filmed in Natchitoches or written in Natchitoches. The actual house where it was filmed is there as a bed and breakfast. But now I hear that you are actually starting a film trail, a Louisiana film trail, and it's going through Natchitoches?
Well, last year, our Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser and the Louisiana Office of Tourism launched a Louisiana film trail. And that came about because it was the 100-year anniversary that the original Tarzan movie was filmed in Louisiana in 1918. So awesome. Louisiana Office of Tourism launched a film trail. So we're just kind of piggybacking and saying, well, Natchitoches has a film trail too. And, of course, we have our Steel Magnolia movie that was filmed here over 30 years ago now, because it was in 1988 that it was actually in New York and Broadway, or off Broadway, I should say. And then in 1989, the movie was released. Actually, it was 1988. It was filmed in the summer of 1988 here in Natchitoches. 1987, it was off Broadway, and then in 1989, the movie was released. So we're going to do a 30-year anniversary of the movie being released, and we're getting the movie here on the big screen at the original Parkway Cinema, where it was originally premiered 30 years ago, in November. We're going to have a big Blush and Bashful weekend with all kind of events, and we're going to be celebrating the 30-year anniversary of the movie being released. So
that's exciting. And then
cool.
You also have a film festival that is, it's now 2-3 years old? The film festival?
They just celebrated 2 years in March. It's the Cane River Film Festival, and it's already scheduled again for next March 2020. So, and of course, in addition to Steel Magnolias, the John Wayne film Horse Soldiers was filmed here in Natchitoches, in 1959. And then Reese Witherspoon's movie, The Man in the Moon, it was her first movie premiere. She was probably about 14, 15 years old, and it's based on a true story of residents from the area, just like Steel Magnolias is based on a true story. And we've had some other films in addition to Horse Soldiers and Man in the Moon and Steel Magnolias. John Goodman filmed a holiday movie here. It was Year Without a Santa Claus, and just a couple of other little movies.
Well, it's a beautiful region. I would want to make a movie there,
Well,
it's so pretty.
It really is.
And you've got the beautiful waterfront, and that's what I love about the downtown is, the brick road and overlooking, Cane River Lake. And then you were saying to me the other day that you have you can go kayaking there now, right? Isn't there like a kayaking company?
We do. We have the stand-up paddle boards and kayaks right here downtown at our paddle and pedal shop. You can just walk right down to the river and jump right on and, kind of relax and meander up and down the Cane River Lake.
sounds like our thing. And you've got a boat guy now too. You got a captain.
We do. We've got the Cane River Queen. It's a little riverboat, replica of a little riverboat with the paddle wheels in the back, and
No
great
way.
for little evening cruises. And you can even get a meal or something while you're cruising up and down the river. So yeah, we sure do. It just opened about 2 months ago.
Now, can we bring our daiquiris on the on the Queen?
I'm sure we can.
Well, we have a way to sneak them in.
If not, I think they have a bar on there where we can buy a glass of wine.
Okay, well,
But you know what? In the summertime, daiquiris are really nice and cold.
Yeah, I like that. And I
Some
know every
people
time
may not
we're on
realize
shows,
what a daiquiri is. That's that nice cold frozen drink. It's almost like a dessert.
and you can get because you have drive-through daiquiri places.
We
That's
do have
the deal.
drive-through daiquiri shops. That's correct. Yep.
Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do the drive-through daiquiri shop, and definitely want to do the boat because every show you come on, you always say, "I'm like, what are you going to do this season? What's your favorite way to
Cruise
spend
on
time
Cane
in Natchitoches?"
River. That's
There
it.
it is.
That is it. That's it.
That's her thing. She wants to get on the boat and relax and see the ducks. I want to go see the ducks because we always see ducks when we go to Natchitoches. She got ducks right out there.
I went to a Christmas festival meeting this morning because it's only May, but we're already planning our Christmas festival, and I think that we're going to try to bring back the boat parade. That was really popular a couple of years back, and then we didn't get to do it because the water table was either too high or too low, so we couldn't get in the river because it was closed. But this year we're going to try to bring back the river boat, the little river parade, the boat parade. So that'll be nice.
This is the Natchitoches Christmas Festival. I mean, this is like an entire thing. I know you do it in November. It's like right before Thanksgiving to Epiphany. And when this is going on, this is, huge. You have fireworks, you have all kinds of events and like a little festival market and lights and twinklies. And this is a huge, huge deal. In fact, that's the first thing, we say Natchitoches, and that's the first thing people say is like the Christmas festival. How many years has it been going now? 40?
This year will be our 93rd annual Christmas festival. So this is 93 years in the making, and we just get so excited just thinking about it. And it has grown into a one Saturday event because it was always the first Saturday, and still is the first Saturday in December is Christmas Festival Day. But now it's grown into a 6 or 7 week event. It starts the weekend or the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And like you said, it goes on through Epiphany, which is January 6th of the following year. And of course, that's the start of the Mardi Gras season. That's right. We just go right in from one season right into the next. So
I know you guys just roll and party.
I know,
like roll it in. One thing I do want to bring up is the Cane River National Heritage Area and Cane River Creole National Historical Park, and you've got Melrose Plantation as well. All very historic and landmarks in our country, and definitely for Louisiana history. We definitely. The park to me it's interesting because it's got two different places. You got the Oakland Plantation and then Magnolia. But Cane River Heritage Area, I remember chatting with Rebecca on one of our shows, and you guys were telling us that, I should say you ladies, were telling us that there's like an expansion or like a different visitor center, and that they're doing walks now, guided tours, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they have a heritage ranger that comes here to our office now each day, except Sunday and Mondays. They don't do the tours, but Tuesdays through Saturdays, they do a complimentary guided tour of the historic district. And they have actually kind of taken over the Welcome Center at Grand Decor, which was part of the Red River Waterway. It's right on the Red River Waterway. It's right on Red River, but it's a beautiful facility on an 80-foot bluff overlooking the Red River, and it has a really nice interpretive center. So they've offered tours and opened that up for for visitors to come and see that, and also too in Las Adias, which used to be a state historic site, and it still is, but state funding didn't allow for a full-time person to be there. So the Cane River National Heritage Area has a park ranger that goes there, and they do tours, and it's open now because of course Las Adias is one of our great famous sites on the El Camino Real. that used to actually be the capital of Texas. And it's actually located here in Natchitoches Parish in Louisiana. So Los Angeles and the Grand Decor Visitor Center is now part of the King River National Heritage Area, management program. So we're lucky in the fact that they're able to do that.
And I love heritage areas. What I love about them is it's really a community and nonprofits and the National Park Service all working together to make it happen. And so it's like everyone's part of, preserving and interpreting the history. I think that's important for locals.
We're so lucky in Natchitoches to have so many partners and tourism partners and preservation organizations like the Association for Preservation Historic Natchitoches, the Natchitoches Historic Foundation, the Natchitoches Historic District Development Commission, the Natchitoches Historic District Business Association. We all kind of work together and we, make things happen. And, it does. It takes a village. It takes a little bit of everybody, and it works well when you can do that.
One thing, too, I wanted to touch on is that you have the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, the museum there, and it's like so. And we never got to go in there last time, and some place that I want to go into. So you're going to learn about the history of Louisiana sports, but then at the same time you get the history of Louisiana, right?
That is correct. The official title of the museum is Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum. So it's a long title, but it does cover all of our Louisiana sports legends, of course, players and coaches and all the different sports. And it does also upstairs have part of our regional history, dating back to the Caddo Indians, to the French Spanish explorers, our Creole, heritage and culture from, Melrose and down, Albertville. So it's really an interesting, and it's been an award-winning architectural-wise museum. It's pretty phenomenal. It really, really is. It's about 23,000 square feet, so it's pretty awesome.
That's a good site.
Yeah, we want to go there, and then also your state historic park as well, because that's also part of the heritage area, but also it's also part of. Isn't that where like the end of the trail, the El Camino, goes to?
It does. It's right there on the edge of the El Camino Real. It's our Fort St. John Baptiste is the name of the park. It's a state historic site, but it's a replica of the original fort that was established here in the early 1700s, around 1716. But they found the map in a museum in France, and so they used that map to reconstruct and make a replica of the original fort here in Natchitoches. So it's Fort St. John Baptiste, and it set up a trading post, and so that's basically how Natchitoches got started. Louis Juchereau de Saint Denis was the commandant, and he established a trading post so that he could trade, with the Spanish to the west, and of course, befriended the Caddo Indians and the Indians in the area. So, hence the beginning of Natchitoches.
Right on, and then that's the beginning, but then. There's endings in life at times. We like to celebrate life, but you have one of the most historic cemeteries, and that's something that we need to come spend time on. I know, especially because all these partners of ours have sent us out on story missions, and I know you were on the show with Holly, talking about family history. So that's one thing. We need to come out and find out where all the family history resources are. But then I always feel like then we're going to have to just move to Natchitoches because there's so much history.
Well, and you're right. The American Cemetery is the oldest cemetery in the Louisiana Purchase Territory, and it's really nice. Some people think cemeteries are really spooky. I think they're very peaceful myself, But it's a very beautiful cemetery, and most people may remember the American Cemetery because the funeral scene for Julia Roberts' character in Steel Magnolias was filmed in the American Cemetery.
That's right.
You remember the one where they said, "Here, slap Weezer"?
So that was there, and then isn't
Malin
your
Malin was so mad she wanted to slap something. She wanted to hit it hard, and so Clarice says, "Here, smack her, smack Clarice, smack her hard."
in the cemetery? Why not? Isn't the founder of the town? You know how to say his name better, but isn't he buried there too?
I don't think that he's actually buried there. There's a tomb. There's a plaque on the corner of Church and Front Street, and it's on the wall of the building there, and it tells you where his tomb is located. It used to be probably at the corner of Church and Front Street, but I'm not quite sure. I can't say for sure if he's buried at the American Cemetery. There are a lot of other famous people. There are a lot of famous people buried there, like former mayors and, dignitaries and that kind of thing, a lot of Creole leaders. But I can't say for sure if Louis Juchereau de Saint Denis is buried there or not. I should know that, and I can't tell you for sure.
Isn't it also in Albertville? Am I saying that correctly? That there's that church, that beautiful white church.
Yes, that's
that
St.
also
Augustine.
That's
right.
it, St. Augustine.
And there's a historic cemetery behind that church where Augustine Matoire, the patriarch of the Matoire family, he is buried right behind the church, and as is Clementine Hunter, the famous folk artist. So you have a lot of the Creole families for sure and for certain still to this day buried in that cemetery behind St. Augustine Church.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. Okay, so we need to go there. I've got this long list. It's going to look,
and that church dates back, I think this might be the third church on the site, but that church dates back to 1803.
Wow.
Built by free people of color for free people of color.
See, that's what I love about Natchitoches and Louisiana is this, blend of culture, and I think now our country, in some places it's kind of divided, and I think, Natchitoches doesn't feel that way. Natchitoches just feels like everybody's getting along and I think it's because you guys party so much that everyone's just having a good time. There's no room for,
Well, we call that we have a joy for life,
See? And
yeah.
that's why the food is so
life.
good,
Yep.
too.
Yeah, that's exactly
so
it.
The food is good. When you mix cultures, you get really good food.
Yeah, and
you're not kidding.
Oh, man. And rice. You guys, the grits. Nancy's into the grits. And
yum.
I know, man. And before I forget, on the cemeteries, in the fall, you guys are still doing those cemetery tours where people dress up as the people that are buried there? Cool.
We are. That's usually the second weekend in October every year when we have our fall tour of homes. I do believe this year is the 64th year that we're doing the fall tour of homes. And it's going to be, it's kind of going to be a theme, around the Steel Magnolias. Margaret Harlan, who was, of course, Susan Harlan's mother, Miss Margaret, Bobby Harlan's mother, who wrote, the Steel Magnolias. She was a member of the Association for Preservation Historic Natchitoches and for many, 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 many years. She died probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and so I think this year they're going to dedicate this year to Steel Magnolias in memory of Miss Margaret Harlan, who was one of their big was one of their members. So,
and I wanted. We got to get Arlene on one of our tourism excellence shows because Natchitoches and all your awards and all the lists that you make. I mean, it's like you guys are on every top small town in the country, top cities, top this, top that. But do you think that history is what really? That's like the foundation of Natchitoches. I know it's historic, obviously, being the oldest city in Louisiana and settlement, but don't you think that history is really one of the most important things that Natchitoches has to offer and that you guys do it well so that you are still connected with your roots,
History is only part of it, but you know what? You don't have history without the stories from the people. The people are what make or give life to just about anything, because everybody has history. I mean, there's stories.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story, but I guess ours are so old and passed down through so many generations. We do. We're proud. I think that the people of Natchitoches are proud of their heritage and their history and the culture that comes with that, and the preservation efforts that they have taken over the years to preserve all of that. because some communities, were not as fortunate to take care of those things, like our front street with the brick streets, for instance, because there was a time when the Department of Transportation came in here and they were going to tear out the bricks and they were going to blacktop and make it a regular street right here on Front Street, and it was the Association for Preservation Historic Natchitoches ladies that bonded together and sat in the street holding hands and said, no, you're not going to tear up our brick streets.
Oh, no, you don't.
And they called down to the governor, and he said, let them have their brick streets. And that, to this day, we still have it. And then we had another preservationist, Miss Sadie Newell. She used to laugh and say that the reason we still have our old buildings is because we were too poor to tear them down. So we just kept them, and here we still have them. And we're fortunate for that, because back in December, Natchitoches was recognized as one of the top 5 success stories when it came to preserving main streets across America. So
there they go again.
For that,
yeah. It just keeps like, and she just like, oh, and by the way.
I was on something on Facebook where I was voting for you as the best small town. There was some thing going on. I don't know if it's, I went in every morning.
USA Today had a Reader's Choice contest. About 3 years ago, we were named by USA Today as the best southern small town by USA Today readers. So, and then Southern Living named us the best small town in Louisiana. They pick one small town from every state, and in Louisiana, Natchitoches was chosen 2 years in a row. So we were excited that we made it for this year and last year, because we have some other small communities that are just as charming and, as quaint and we're all proud of our communities. But for Natchitoches to keep getting accolades, it's just like, wow, we're just so proud.
I mean, I have to bring that up on every show, because there's always something new or something we haven't heard about. But there's always an award or an accolade going on with you guys, for sure. I think that's so cool. One thing we're very excited about is that we're going to be there for the 40th annual Folk Festival, the Natchitoches NSU Folk Festival, and that's at the university, right? That is something.
Yes, that's at Northwestern State University, and I'm so excited because that's one of my favorite. I'm not going to lie, that's one of my favorite festivals. It's in July and it's very hot and warm. However, the festival is indoors in the air conditioning, and they have 3 stages with music indoors. And this year, for the 40th anniversary, I am particularly excited about the fact that blues guitarist Tab Benoit is being inducted. He's going to be inducted as a Master Folk Artist into the NSU Folk Hall of Fame, and it's just going to be a great year this year. So great program. Yeah, he's going to serve as the honorary chair.
He's cute.
You're coming. You're going to be here that weekend, right?
I know.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking a lot of photos of him.
I'm going to have to get Lisa's leash out.
Well, July 27th. For those listeners that are listening, you should do yourself a favor and plan to be here, because it's going to be a great opportunity to hear all kinds of good music. We've got Cajun dance lessons that are going to be offered. We've got Gal Holiday and the Honky Tonk Review and Bruce Daggerpoint Cajun Band that's going to be playing. And on Friday night, because the festival starts on Friday, July 6th. They have like from 4:30 until 10 o'clock that night, and then Saturday is the big day from all day starting at 8 o'clock. They'll have all kind of exhibits and demonstrations, and they'll have outside. They'll have blacksmith demonstrations and Dutch cooking going on, and all this these other demonstrations going on. So it'll be good.
Sounds good to
me.
And
then Saturday's entertainment. On Saturday, they have the Fiddle Championship. For the state of Louisiana Fiddle Championship. You can come and listen to all the contestants, and then they select a champion, and then later that evening they play on stage at the main stage. So,
wow.
This is going to be crazy, Arlene. How are we going to fit all this in? It will happen, but on my birthday weekend, this is extremely important.
Is that right?
No, No, August 30th, 31st. I'm going to the Zydeco Festival because this is the 20th annual Cane River Zydeco Festival, August 30th to 31st. I'm like, we have to come back through, Arlene.
That's right. Go up to Arkansas and Kentucky and do your other stuff, and then make your way back down this way in time for that. But at the folk festival, we'll have bluegrass, we'll have Cajun music, Celtic music, traditional Zydeco music, all kind of music. So blues, that's what Tab does blues, and he does his Cajun swamp pop, I call it.
Oh, cool.
But
I love that.
Good
I love
music.
That. Oh man, that's cool. Now you got the car show happening too, the Natchitoches Car Show. Isn't that kind of connected to the Christmas festival in some way?
Well, you know what it is? It's the Historic District Business Association that puts that on, and they are also the ones that do the Christmas festival along with the city of Natchitoches. So they're kind of organizers. But they started this, I think this is the 12th year, and it has grown so much that last year we had over 400 cars registered for the car show. So we've kind of taken over not just Front Street and the riverbank, the new renovated riverbank down below there, but now it's stretched into, some of the side streets, and even last year I think they had some on 2nd Street that we've had so many cars. So, but it's kind of fun. Everybody just kind of walks around, looks at all the old cars, and talks to all the owners, and reminisces about their old days and their first cars and their hot rods and all that good stuff. So
I'm in.
And it's usually in. Yeah. So it is. It's another fun time. It's another good time. And, being out here on Front Street and on the river, Cane River, it's just such a beautiful atmosphere.
That's the one thing I can't wait to go for a walk on the waterfront, and also to see your new amphitheater too. You haven't, So that's something. We need to go walk on the riverfront. That's our deal, and I've got a song for you just on that, by the way, today, because it's blues. It's blues. We have to play the blues to get ready for the folk festival. But I do want to know, July 4th, you guys have big fireworks over Cane River Lake.
We do. We have celebration on the
fireworks.
Cane, right on the riverbank. We've got that beautiful amphitheater you were talking about. And I got a funny story to tell you about the amphitheater, because it can probably hold about 1,200 people. And of course, you're looking at the new stage, and then behind the stage, the river behind you, Cane River. It's really beautiful. So we're celebrating Steel Magnolias coming up in November, and we have all these activities planned for the week of November the 8th through the 14th. But on Saturday, November the 9th, we're going to recreate the Easter egg hunt. Remember from the movie? In the movie where they had the Easter egg hunt. So we're going to do that on the riverbank, and then later in the afternoon, we're going to have a character look-alike contest where we can have all the characters. You can come as your favorite character. It doesn't just have to be Dolly. It could be Clary or Weezer or Annelle or Truvy or whoever you want to be. And so, of course, they'll come on the new stage, and they'll do their famous one-liner, and then you can have all these people sitting in the amphitheater judging and laughing and just cheering you on, And then later that night we are going to do a Dolly look-alike contest. So it'll be fun.
Cool. That's fun. I just remembered now when we were in Natchitoches, we were staying at I know we stayed at Sweet Cane Inn. I've got the name right. The B&B. But right before that, Sugar Cane Inn. That's it, Sugar Cane Inn. Beautiful B&B, and there's like stories that it might be haunted and all that good stuff. And I was like, come on out, show yourself. But I know. Well, I like haunted places. But before that, we stayed at the Hampton Inn, and one of the ladies that worked there was in Steel Magnolias.
That is correct, Miss Lori Tate. She was Dylan McDermott's mother in the movie, so she was mother of the groom, and she's still around. Can you believe it? We just love her. She's still an ambassador out at the Hampton Inn, where she does, the breakfast in the mornings and greets all the visitors that are staying at the hotel. But she has those glasses. Remember the famous glasses?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Miss Lori Tate is her name, and she actually she did tour guiding. I think she slowed down a little bit, and her daughter's helping her with her tours. But she's still around, and, yep, she was in the movie. Everybody knows her because she drives around with a license plate on her car that says, yes, I'm a movie star.
She was so sweet.
Good for her.
Yeah, I remember her.
She is.
She was so
She
sweet
is
and
a
so
character
fun.
for sure.
Yeah,
She's
I remember
actually
that.
she is literally, and I mean officially, a Natchitoches treasure. She has been named as one of Natchitoches' treasures.
Oh, cool. That's
and
nice.
Clementine has to be named a treasure too, right? Clementine Hunter.
Yes, oh Clementine. You know, I just came back from Washington D.C. From the Smithsonian, the National Museum for African American History and Culture. Clementine has an exhibit there through the end of the year, through December. She has 16 paintings in total on exhibit, and it's the most that they've ever had from any single artist at one time on exhibit. And they showed a documentary, and I went for the event, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was just so proud and just so happy to see that she was being honored and just recognized.
Man, that's kind of, that would make me cry like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd get me teary-eyed in there because that
well,
I
because she came out to Melrose
too.
where she lived and worked and painted out at Melrose,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's very near and dear to all of us and to many of us in the community. So, yep.
Now, Mr. Elvin Shields, you know, people still watch his videos on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And, you know, once it starts, then it's like it happens every few weeks. Nancy goes,
starts up again.
There's two. Okay, so Elvin. It's like she goes, here it is. Alvin's off and running again. And then Jeff Benoit, because I've learned how to say Benoit now. See, he does the Boudin down in Lake Charles area, but
his goes as well.
They just start, and they both. It's like they're rivals.
It just kind of, it's like it catches on. Yep.
Yeah.
But Elvin's still around, and he'll probably be at the Folk Fest. That he'll be doing some of his artwork and showing how to do the toys made out of the wire and the metal stuff that he used to do on the plantation. So he'll be giving demonstrations, at the Folk Festival.
Oh, wow. So has he been named a treasure yet?
I don't know if he has been or not. I have a whole list of it. I don't know. Okay, so the next time we talk, we'll have to talk about Natchitoches treasures, and I have a list of who they are because it's been going on for each year. The city names maybe 5 or 6 Natchitoches treasures. You know, they get nominated, and then they select who the Natchitoches treasures are going to be for the year. So, but I have a list somewhere in my office. I'll have to dig it up. But
wow!
But you know,
are you on the
Elvin,
list? You should be on the list.
No.
Yeah.
I nominate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be on the list. I vote
but
for
Elvin
Arlene.
had moved away, and for many years. He's only been back for a couple of years. So I'm glad that he came home to his roots and sharing his story and his family story of living out at Oakland Plantation, and of course now he's making his wire toys and. So, like I said, everybody's got a story, and some of them are just so unique and wonderful to hear.
Oh, it's awesome. I can't wait. Nancy can't wait.
I know.
We're like,
fun.
can we go now? We want to go now. But it's so exciting. It's so exciting. And it's so funny because even a friend of ours was emailing me the other day. She goes, I have people over for a dinner party. Can you quickly answer this? We're having an argument. Is it how to pronounce Natchitoches versus the one in Texas? So I'm like, this is how you do it. And I was like, no,
it's like, I know the answer to this. It's,
Yeah, and I'm like, I can do that. I can do it, but and that helps, that you remember places and names when you go to a place, because then it becomes part of your DNA in some way. You just, becomes an attachment. But we cannot wait. Everyone, again, it's Natchitoches.com. So it's Natchitoches, Natchitoches.com. And, of course, keep up with our stories on Natchitoches. Go to nationalparktraveling.com. We also have some on blendradioandtv.com. Just type in Natchitoches and you'll find it there. We want to thank everyone for joining us here on Big Blend Radio. Keep up with us at bigblendradio.com. The best thing to do for everything is to sign up for our newsletter, and that will you'll either get a magazine in your email, or you'll get the upcoming shows and latest articles and recipes. And hey, we got to get someone to teach us how to make a meat pie, Arlene.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Hey,
yeah.
we can work on that. I think I got somebody that can do that. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds like fun. All right. And we always like to play music for Arlene and our guests, and this is called Walking, because we can't wait to go walking in Natchitoches. And this is from our friends Johnny Mastro and the Mama's Boys. They're based a little bit south of you, Arlene, but it's in your hometown in New Orleans. And this is off of their latest album, Never Trust the Living. So you can keep up with them at johnnymastro.com. But here it is, Walking. Take care, Arlene, and see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
what I say.